in Shiur that we were talking about the closure. The dating, we gave around almost 18 shurim on dating. So, okay. And 18 shurim on dating, how to date, what to say, where to go. At Hashem, we'll talk about the closure. Last week we spoke about 3 points. Gemara says, zivug of a person is like Kirat Yam Suf. A person's going on a date, actual marriage, daily life of a person is just like Kirat Yam Suf. It's not a coincidence that this week we actually came out of Mitzrayim and went to the Yam Suf. They say a joke. Who was the leader that took us out of Mitzrayim? Moshe. What do we mentioned? The night of the marriage, by the chuppah, we tell our bride, Harat mikudeshet li kedat Moshe v'Yisrael. You are sanctified to me, like with the consent of Moshe and Israel. Why do we mention Moshe and Israel right now when we want to get married? Right now you're closing, let's say you're putting the ring on her hand, on her finger. Why do you say that? So Shlomo Levenstein says, the same way Moshe didn't give up on Am Yisrael for 40 years. He was in the Midbar, in the desert, 40 years with Am Yisrael. They went through a lot of fights, a lot of arguments, but he didn't give up on them. So too, you're telling your wife, we're going to go through bumpy roads. There's going to be speed bumps. We're going to scream at each other. When I put the ring on your finger, don't give up on me. Kedat Moshe Yisrael. Mekudeshet. That's part of life. To know that it comes with all. A sunny day, freezing day, all the climates, all the moods, everything. That's the package of marriage. So a person has to prepare himself. When he goes into the marriage, make sure you take these tools with you. So, Tanel, you're fixing a car. If you take the right tool. 2 weeks ago, I gave my wife the car. She parks it in the driveway. I take it to go to Kolel. I see the flat tire. So I go back in. Honey, what happened? Say, I don't know. So I went to the mechanic. Baruch Hashem, we don't live so far. So I don't have to kill the rim. I get there. The guy tells me, you have the screw? I'm like, which screw? Hey, you see the guy, the mechanic, he puts on the drill, the same screw. He says, no, I got a special screw. So I look, in the glove compartment over there, I find the right screw, I give it to him, he says, nah, I can take off the whole tire. So I was thinking to myself, one screw takes off a tire. And also one screw screws up your wheel. So that's how it is in life. But you need the right tools to take out the screws. The same thing in life. Everything in life. If you have the right tools, you know how to fix anything in life. One of the things that Moshe took out of Mitzrayim before he left was Atzmot Yosef. There's 2 very similar words in the Torah, which on first glance, it seems like the same interpretation, but it's 2 different worlds. And they are Ito and Imo. Ito is with him. And what's Imo? Also with him. Right? What's the difference? As she explains, Ito, when you walk with your friend, you might walk to the same place, whether it's to Shiur, whether it's to a party, a wedding, to the grocery. It doesn't make a difference. You might be walking with him, but your intentions are very different. That's Ito. You're walking with him, but you're not really with him. But if right now, to know you're driving with Ben to go help someone who's in need, he's in the Bronx, he's in PA, or whatever it is, and right now he needs you, when you both are in the car, or you're driving 2 different cars, you're driving together, but in the heart, you're also together. Because what's your goal? Both of you, to help him. That's Imo. But it's a very interesting statement to make on Atzmot Yosef. What would you say on bones? Atzmot Yosef. What would you say? He's taking it with him. Bones don't have consent. Bones are not coming with you to do anything. 1 second. So why does it say in the pasuk, "Veikach Moshe et atzmot Yosef"? Imo. It should have said, "Veikach Moshe et atzmot Yosef ito," with him. What's imo? It's like an intimate over here. It's something that's legit. It's something that he's connecting with. How do you connect with atzamot, with bones? It's not something you can relate to. So the rabbis explain, just to bring out the point, there was a maaseh that happened around 30 years ago. There was a person that was buried, a person that passed away, and they buried him. And for some reason, they had to go and open up the burial a couple days after. Someone left his wallet there, ID, this, that. People are afraid. Some people are crazy also. They go in with the whole suit and everything. They start, yeah, this guy was the worst guy. They put all the dirt. It's a mitzvah. You go once, you put that's a hajj. Some guys, I hate this guy. He came over to the burial. He wanted to take everything and dump it on him. Okay? Whatever. What are you going to do? So that one of the guys, his ID, his wallet fell into the coffin. So he went to the rabbi, what do I do? You can't get a new one today, especially DMV's closed, this, that, shortage. You never know. Wait out 2 years, you want to drive, you want to move left, right, you can't do anything. So what do? So you got a psak from the rabbi, you can open up the coffin. They open up the coffin, they thought they're going to see snakes, they're going to see worms, bugs. That's what happens, right? They start eating the body. The fatter you are, the more meat you give for them. Huh? So stop eating. Whatever. Anyhow, what happens? They see the guy, tzaddik. Nothing. Perfect. It's as if they buried him today. Okay? They went to Reb Chaim Kanievsky. He told him a story. Reb Chaim said, Pashut, it's a pasuk. Pasuk in Divrei Hayamim. What's the pasuk? Rekev atzamot kin'ah. You know why the bones and the body rot? Because of kin'ah. Because of jealousy. If there's no jealousy, your body will not rot. Now let's go to the parasha. Vaikach Moshe et atzmot Yosef imo. Why? What was he doing? Yosef, what did he say? Yosef told Moshe. Who did he tell? Am Yisrael. Guys, when you leave Mitzrayim, make sure you take what? Make sure you take the bones. Why is Moshe taking the bones? You know why Moshe is taking the bones? Because he says, right now, I'm going to go. I'm a leader of Am Yisrael. In Mitzrayim, were a lot of fights. Now we're going to go into the Midbar, into a desert. There's going to be even more fights. Can you imagine? You're in a desert. There's no vending machines. There's no parties. There's no groceries. No stores. No hotels. No motels. No bars. And etc. That's it. You have cactus, snakes, scorpions. That's it. What do you have? Nahashim, akravim, and a cactus. And a bunch of sand. Dubai, what are you going to do? Huh? What are you going to do? A Gehinnom on earth. When there's nothing to do, what do people do? Complain. Moshe said, I'm walking into the Midbar. What do I need the most? Atzmot Yosef. I need to connect to the bones of Yosef. Why are they still existing? Because he didn't have kin'ah. He didn't have jealousy. He was on the highest level. How did he get to there? No kin'ah. He was never jealous. How does a person achieve that midah of not being jealous of his friend? Emunah in Hashem. If you have emunah in Hashem, no jealousy. Why? Why are we jealous? Because we think that guy took whatever was supposed to get to me. Right? You're working on this deal for 20 days. Boom! This guy came the first day. He snatched the deal. Yeah, cash advance. You're calling the whole entire world. Vardy, how you doing? This guy, Chi Chai Chong Chong, ¿Cómo está? You speak 25 languages. You got the first word of every language. The rest, you let them talk. Start talking in English. You need help, you need a loan, you need this. Whether it's kosher, not kosher, you're scamming, you're right, this, that. But at the end of the day, you're making phone calls 20 days in a row. And what happens? This guy comes the first day, Don Juan, will sit down, leg on the desk. He gets his Starbucks coffee with a marshmallow on the top. The first call he makes closes $1 million. Your ears just hear the $1 million, you pop out of your chair. That was my call. You stole my call. Well, where'd you come from? I don't even know you. He's like, you don't know me? Yo, you're a freshie. I've been here. I only told he's 2 weeks before him. He already became a pro, amateur. That's today. Problem with the stock market. Everybody comes in, yeah, let me teach you. Let me teach you. You're still wearing diapers. You got a lot to make before you teach me. But that's how it is. Kin'ah. It's all hatred. We're all jealous. Why you need this car? Why are you wearing these red bottoms? Why are you wearing screws? We already know you're missing screws. You gotta wear screws also. And this, and it's 10 G's, and this. Wow, what are you doing that for? No, I gotta fit. Where you gotta fit? Into which world? Into whose head you gotta fit? Now you don't know. They judge you and this. I'm telling you, they also judge Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and Jeff Bezos. Yemach Shemam. Who cares? Everybody today they judge. Everybody. Reb Chaim Kanievsky and Laavdil Ruby Shron. Right? Ruby Shron was a bit chacham. But he's a billionaire. And Reb Chaim Kanievsky, Gdador. You think we don't talk about him? People talk about him. What am I trying to bring out? No matter who you are at the end of the day, people are going to talk about you. Whether you're worth it to talk about or you're not worth to talk about. People will talk about you. It all comes from jealousy. If someone's talking about you, it's jealous of you. That's it. So how do you acquire the midah of Yosef? Emunah. Emunah. Emunah is the key to everything. There was a guy, Avrech. He would sit and learn for a couple of years in Kolel. After he got married. And at Tanel, you know what happened? Life was tight. Couple kids. Now everybody can live on a one-bedroom apartment with 3-4 kids. Huh? Even in Bnei Brak. It's a little tight over there. He decides to go to work. He went to work. Told him, listen, I have a job for you. He went to Shuva. They put him over there. Ta'amil li, but ta'awad etzli. You make a little money, you get to go. He says, okay, what's the job offer? Come. Real estate. Ella, real estate. He goes, starts working in real estate. The guy's working a full month on a deal. His boss tells him on the first day, listen, you want to make money? He says, what I come here for? He says, listen, I give everybody 1%, 2%. If you close this deal, I'm going to give you 150K. He says, 150K? Baruch Hashem, bracha. The guy works. What does he have to close? 150 units. A building with 150 units. He works a full month. You know what happens? He closes the deal. The next day, he's waiting for his check, 150K. Lo dubim velo yar. Nothing. He says, listen, My first job. I don't know how it works in real estate. Maybe it takes time till the check clears, the banks, especially 2022. Everything, to get a haircut takes 2 weeks. The guy quarantined in the middle. Omicron. The vaccine, the guy ended up dying. You never know. Tough. He said, I'm going to wait. He waited a week and a half. After a week and a half, he comes to the boss, tells him, Shmuel, you promised me 150K. A month I worked on this. A week and a half, I'm waiting for you. After the closure, where's the 150K? He says, excuse me? I never told you 150K. I don't know what you're talking about. The guys, he was so afraid. He didn't know what to do. He went, he said, my boss is cracked. He's retarded. I worked a full month. The guy promised me 150K. Nothing. He became sick. He went home for 2 weeks. He's in his bed. He's broken. Mentally, he's broken. He became sick. He calls one of his friends from yeshiva and tells them, what do I do? What do I do? You know what happened to me? This guy's retarded. I went to work, this, that. He promised 150K. I closed 150 units in 1 month. People don't do it in a full year. I barely prayed that month. I barely learned that month. I barely slept that month. I put my heart, my sweat, my tears, I put everything into it. Look at this guy. He has the audacity. Chutzpah. The audacity to tell me, I never told you that? You're retarded? What do you want from me? Okay. He says, listen. Maybe take him to Bedin. He says, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to Bedin. They're going to tell me, you have proof? No. I don't have proof. My word versus his word. What are we going to do? Nothing. He says, maybe, why don't you speak to the Mashgiach? Mashgiach of the yeshiva. He's an older man. Tzaddik. Learns Torah the whole day. Maybe he'll give you advice. A little guidance. He says, okay. The guy goes, call him David. He calls the Mashgiach. Mashgiach tells him, I feel very bad for you. I feel your pain. But there's 2 options. And they could go about this. Either you go to Bedin and sue him, or Gvat Nefesh, or you open up Chuvat HaLevavot, you open up to the 5th chapter, Shiur Bitachon, and you start learning. Start learning Bitachon! Emunah in Hashem! And you have to forgive and forget. And if you forgive and forget, I promise you, I guarantee you, you will make a lot of money. David tells the Mashgiach, Rabbi, could I ask you a question? I hope you don't mind if I'm disrespectful. But what would you do if you were in my shoes? The drasha was nice. What would you do if you were in my shoes? He says, the truth, I don't know. I was never in your shoes to tell you. But I would open Chuvat HaLevavot and I would pray to God that He should give me clarity and energy and the strength to forgive the guy and to move on. That's how the end of the conversation. This David who learned in yeshiva, respected the mashgiach. He said, you know what? What do I have to lose? I'm going to learn Chovat Lehavot. I'm going to learn Shara B'tachon. I'm going to become a better person. I'm going to move on. I'm going to forgive and forget. Because at the end of the day, it's much healthier. It's much better. It's a win-win situation. You never lose from giving in. Steinman said, 104 years, he never saw someone in 104 years of living that gave in and lost. Never. By you giving in, you already won. You already won. That's what the guy did. David learned, after a couple of days, he got to a level, he was comfortable to say, I forgive and forget. That day, he decided he's going back to work. On his way to work, Reuven sees him, says, David, I heard you work in a real estate firm, this, that. I'm looking for 150 units to buy. I need a building that has 150 units. David hears 150 units. He reminds himself about the scam. He doesn't know what to do. He's traumatized. But he says, give me your number. I'll think about it. I'll call you if I have something. He's a block away from the real estate, from his office. Joey sees David. Joey tells David, David, I'm looking to buy. Sorry, the first person was what? Was looking to buy. The second person, Joey, says to David, I'm looking to sell a building of 150 units. You know anybody? He says, hey, give me a number, I'll get back to you. He says, Hashem, I didn't even get to the office. I already have a deal. He goes to the office. He sits down. He says, Reuven, let me hook you up with this guy. He calls Joey. We got a deal. Today, we're closing it. Okay? Calls them up. They close it. He takes care of all the issues. Reuven was blown away. Wow, that quick? In one day? Blown away. He pulls out a check. $450K. This is for you, David. The story doesn't end over there. Huh? See it? $450K. The guy takes it. He's jumping. Wow, it's beautiful. He's blown away by the brilliance of his mashgiach, which saved his life. He calls his friend. He says, did you know that mashgiach is a big mikubal? He's a rebbe. Look what he did. He told me, Chabad Lehavot, this. Without a camera. He didn't take any money. I got $450K. And to know you're going to him, huh? You stop driving. Wasting gas, time, sleep. Huh? He says, wow, I didn't know that. He says, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to call the rabbi. They call the rabbi. He says, Rabbi, where'd you pull this out from? Huh? Where's the book? Where'd you pull this out from? Tell him like this. He says, guys, I want to tell you something. This is not my bracha. It's not my advice. The Chafetz Chaim. The Chafetz Chaim writes down in Shmirat HaLashon. He writes down that a person that has an issue, a person that's, someone spoke about you, someone damaged you. If you look at Shmirat HaLashon, you look in the Sefer and you start learning, you'll see that he says, The root of all your problems is that you don't have emunah. You're lacking in emunah. If you had emunah, you're able to forgive, forget, and to move on. And if you do that, you'll be niskar. You'll get rewarded. When they heard that, they realized the power of having emunah. The power of forgiving and forgetting. Moshe Rabbeinu, this week's parasha, he wanted to take this lesson of forgiving, forgetting, and not being jealous. Because at the end of the day, all these things, they bring you to a place of danger, of Gehinnom in this world. You have people that are dead walking on two. And they have money, they have kavod, they have everything. But they don't have meaning of life. Because they're always running after something, it doesn't exist. Every anah in this world, no matter what it is, it could be a woman, it could be drinking, it could be driving, it could be a jet, it could be a yacht, whatever it is, it's all pleasure that comes and goes. It's not everlasting. And what's the biggest raya? Once you get to it, it has no taste. Once you get to $1 million, it's done. That's it. I have it. Now what? Now I got $1 billion. You got $1 billion? That's the hype. It wasn't worth it. You killed yourself. You didn't sleep. This, that. What's the difference between, seriously I'm asking, not a rhetorical question, it's a serious question. What's the difference between Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and Mark Zuckerberg, yeah? All of them together. What's the difference between them and a regular person who sits and learns, has money to pay his bills at the end of the month, and he's happy and not worried, and he's healthy, and he's smiling, and he's talking? What's the difference between them? One has more cars, one has more money, but the Mishnah says, Marbe nechasim, marbe da'agot. He also has security. You know why? Because of his money. Because the hard work that he put in. If you have security, that means, you know who you are?
Someone who needs it. Criminal.
Not a criminal. I'm not talking about criminal. If you have security, that means you're not free. You're not free. Everywhere you go, you got someone with you. And if you're worth $5,000, you're a free man. You can pick up whatever you want. Mark Zuckerberg, before he does something, he has to think 20 times. You know why? He owns Facebook. So if he wears something, it might become into a trend. So if he doesn't like it, he can't wear it. Otherwise, come into a trend. Let's say he wants to work with banana pants. He can't wear it because it'll become the next thing. So he has to think 20 times before he does something. Unless he Majnun. Probably is Majnun. But anyhow, the point is, a guy who's happy, has Torah, has Hashem in his life, he's the richest and most powerful person in the world. You don't need money to make you happy. But you need happiness. Happiness makes you rich. It's the opposite. It's not that the money brings happiness. The happiness brings money. Ezeu ashir asamach bechilko. It doesn't say, Ezeu asamach ha'ashir bechilko. It doesn't say that. Whoever's happy is rich. Whoever is rich usually is sad. Why? He's crying. Why does he have $5 billion more than me? Why does he have a PJ? Why does he have a new yacht? Why? Lama yomru hagoyim. Lama, David HaMelech says, yomru hagoyim. The goyim say, why? A Jew? No why. If you're asking why, it's because you're disconnected from the Torah. You're not connected. A guy who's connected, you know what the difference is? I'll tell you. A guy walking without glasses, you guys all look blurry. Each one of you. Each one of you look blurry. A guy without Torah in his life, he doesn't see straight, he doesn't hear straight, nothing. Everything's akum. Everything is blurry. It's foggy. But when you learn Torah, you pray to Hashem, it's like a guy who's wearing glasses. He's able to see everything. You're able to have clarity. And that's why Moshe Rabbeinu, there was no one greater than Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu needed that clarity every day. That's why he went and he took Atzmot Yosef. That's how powerful the Torah is. It's a life lesson that every day if we take this with ourselves, Atzmot Yosef imo, with him, not the bones, the moral of the bones. The reason why the bones are still existing is because Yosef wasn't a kanai. He was not jealous. He forgave his brothers. Even they sold him, they did everything. If you take these lessons, you go on a date, or you get married, everything will be easy. It'll be easy. Listen, in life, it's not easy. It's a little hard. It's very hard. But if you have Torah in your life, you have Hashem in your life, if there's a place where you could go to fix yourself, to the mechanic, to the real body shop, that's a Torah. Torah. Barati Yetzirah, Barati Lo, Torah Tavlin. I created a Yetzirah, but I created for this Yetzirah, Torah Tavlin. What's Torah Tavlin? This is back to Tavlin. What's Tavlin? A spice. What Tavlin? Torah. It says Torah Tavlin. What's Torah Tavlin? The simple pshat is, Torah is a spice for the Yetzirah. Torah is the vaccine for the Yetzirah. Every there's a new variant, need new vaccine. New vaccine. Lenetzach. You take one, you're stuck with it for the rest of your life. But Torah has the vaccine that you take every day. What is that? A daily dose. Meaningful minute. Torah. You learn Torah every day. That's the daily dose. That's the vaccine that will protect you. Only that will protect you. Nothing else. But Chachamim Musar tell us, Tavlin, that's the real spice that kills the Yetzirah. What is Tavlin? Musar. What is Musar? Rebuke. When a person is put in check. Itanel, when you go to a gas station, you have to fill up gas. How much gas you have to fill up? You have what's it called? You have a line, right? What's that line called?
Gas meter.
The gas meter. You have a gas meter, right? Wherever the line ends, what do you have? An E, empty. Then you have a line over there. Then you have a line in the middle, and then you have a line by the full, right? How much gas do you put when it's empty? You put a little bit, or you put to fill it up. Hey boss, how you doing? Fill it up, right? Usually you fill it up, unless you empty out on cash. You did put $5. I'll see what I do in 2 miles from now. So I get some call, Chavim, this, that. I forgot my credit card at home. The meanwhile has a credit card on him. This she's broke. Okay. Some Shvayitz bought a car for my brother. He turns to my other brother. Yo, you got cash? You got $20 for gas? He's like, you just put a $50K down payment on a Bentley. You don't got $20 for gas? He's like, what are you doing? You're in the wrong business. He's like, yeah, you know how it is. He's like, no, I don't know how it is. I ain't giving you $20. One day, my father sells cars. So I went. The guy came with 6 stacks, 6K. I'm counting it. He's like, yeah, what? Homie, you want to do me a favor? Give me $20 for gas. I'm like, what, I work for you or something? It's not my car. It's my father. I'm just doing you a favor. Here, $20. Next time, borrow $20 for gas. Schweizerich. You live in a BMW? Black man's wish? And you rely on your G to fill up gas. You go collecting McDonald's over there, I don't know. Anyhow, it's a goy. A goy lives for this world. So all he cares about this world. You go to the gas station, we said, right? You fill up all the way. When you go to Torah, you got to recharge all the way. We're going to put in 5 minutes over here, 5 minutes over there. And the Yitzhak will come down to 5 minutes. He knows exactly. The Yitzhak knows us better than we know ourselves. He's been with you ever since you were born. And he's been around over here way before you were born. And he'll be here after you're born. They say a story once, the Chafetz Chaim, 90 years old. The Yitzhak came to him 5 in the morning, tells him, Chafetz Chaim Netanel, Chafetz Chaim, you're a tzaddik. You're Netanel. He's saying you're a tzaddik. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. 5 in the morning. Everyone's sleeping. I promise you. Everybody's sleeping. Besides those guys that just came back from Denver driving over there. He had to flip a car or whatever. Most of the guys are sleeping. Right at Tanel, you came 3 a.m. Everybody, 4. Anybody in the roads? Nobody. Maybe some Shvaitzers come from the club or something. Yeah, how you doing? Muncie? I don't know, let's see. Muncie, they don't sleep. But, yeah. 5 a.m., everybody's sleeping. Yeah, the Chafetz Chaim wakes up in the morning. I want to go learn. I want to go pray. You're 90 years old. You're a grandpa. Go to sleep. I promise you, go straight to Gan Eden. Straight to Gan Eden. Tzaddik is olam. The Chafetz Chaim says to himself, should I go back to sleep? Should I listen to the Yitzhak? Or should I win him? Should I go back? Should I go and continue learning? Chafetz Chaim was a very brilliant person. Very smart man. Malach. He wasn't a human, he was a malach. He said, before I move on, I'm going to give Musar to the Yitzhak. What's the Musar that he gave? Listen to this now. He says, Yitzhak, I want to ask you a question. You're coming to me at 5 a.m. and you're telling me, why am I awake? I'm old. You're 90 years old. Tomorrow you might pass away. You can go to Gan Eden. You're a tzaddik. Go to sleep. He says, wait a second. Yitzhak, how old are you? You're over 5,000 years old. And you are before me. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up even earlier. Most of us, Yitzhak, thank you. Chazak Baruch. You flip to the other side of the bed. You wake up 5 in the morning to go to the bathroom. That's it. You go back. I want to munch on something. You flip inside the 5 in the morning. You're in the 8th dream. Nice. Back to sleep. You wake up 10 a.m. Anyhow, I missed the yeshiva today. I'll go back to sleep. Or, you wake at 9:30. Yeah, let me pull 1 more hour. 1 more hour pulls into 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, the day's done already. Shkia is 4:30. I go sleep. All-nighter, all day. A bagel. A bagel and a half. Guy slept for 18 hours straight. Chai sha'ot. Zgula. Zgula. You do a little more, another 24 hours. Baruch Hashem. Yom yom ya'amos lanu. Yom yom. Guy slept for a full day. No mincha, no arbi, no shacharit. Tell the rabbi, listen, I didn't speak Lashon Hara. I was sleeping the whole day. Baruch Hashem. It's good? Of course it's not good. Of course it's not good. But that's the Yetzer Hara. He likes to work with us. He knows exactly who we are, what we're capable of doing, what we're not capable of doing. And he'll come to you every day with a new story. New story. New story. Today it's this, tomorrow it's something else. That's why a person needs Torah every single day. Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference which side you woke up today. Doesn't make a difference what's happening. If you're rich, you're poor, doesn't make a difference. You're sick, you're healthy. You have to learn Torah every single day. Every day. That's the only way you'll get through this world. And you'll be happy. It's the only way a person can live this world and achieve something. And grow. And develop himself. Today I gave a shiur. I'm speaking to this guy, telling him, listen, you gotta come on time, this, that. We come. Everybody else came. This guy didn't come. He came towards the end. Towards the end. Tell him what's going on. He says, don't ask. I got this phone call, that phone call, this phone call, that phone call. I'm like, listen. All these phone calls, it's all the Yetzer Hara. If you say to yourself, I'm not going to answer the phone call. I have a Shiur Torah, 12 o'clock. Yarik val yavor. 12 o'clock, I'm learning. No iPhone, no Instagram, no TikTok, no attorney, no nothing. I'm sitting alone. That's it. The world is dead. Dead. Literally. That's how you learn Torah. How do you learn? You have to make sure you're disconnected from the world. That's the only way you can learn. When you go to work, right? You put on Netflix and you're on the phone call. Hey, how you doing? Wait. You see Tom and Jerry? Let me see a joke. He was all right. You watch? You watching a Blacklist? You watching Fast and Furious? What are you doing? Your boss will tell you, listen, what do you think this is? This is a movie. What, there's a theater over here? Movie theater? What are you doing? The guy comes into work with goggles. Hey, how you doing? Johnny, I see you 3D. He's like, go back home. Go back home. I'll see you from the 3D. Huh? I also pay you 3D. You can see good. You come to work, you come to work. When you come to pray, also come to pray. When you come to learn, come to learn. People today come today, it's all a mishmash. When you're learning, you're with the phone. When you're praying, you're with the phone. When you're on the phone, you're talking to someone else. When you're eating, you're watching a movie. You're not doing anything today 100%. A guy could be eating for 3 hours. 3 hours still on his meal. Take away the iPhone, 5 minutes he's on his meal. You ask your friend, listen, let's go pray mincha. Let's say in Tshuva. 4:20 is mincha. 4 o'clock, your friend tells you, no problem. I have to go to the bathroom. If he goes to the bathroom without his phone, safek. If he'll make it 4:20 in the shul. But if he goes upstairs with the iPhone, Vadai, you missed mincha. Vadai. 100% you missed mincha. Why? He takes his phone to the bathroom. What's he checking? This is how he starts. First he checks WhatsApp. Who texted him? Who sent him a picture, a video, this, that. Then the statuses. Then he goes on Instagram. Right? It's just instant. Then TikTok. Only 30 seconds. Not 30 seconds. Not 30 seconds. After he finishes all that, he has to go on the BK alerts, Brooklyn alerts, MVA. How many accidents? What happened in Williamsburg? Which chassid did they catch today to beat him up? The Sherman guy got him. He didn't get him. Yeshiva world. What's going on over there? What's going on in this chat? What's going on in that chat? After all that, 2 hours pass. The guy says, oh wait, I forgot I'm still in the middle of a season, middle of an episode. This, that. The guy has 4 hours in the bathroom, on a toilet bowl. He gets up, he almost disconnects the toilet bowl from the actual bathroom. He gets up with him. He's like, oh, Schnitzel, what's going on over here? You guys are for renew. What's going on? The guy's knocking on the door. I've been waiting for 2 hours. What's going on with you? You okay? It's like, you just look at the guy. His eyes look like glazed. It's a glazed donut. You ever you watch so much, the eyes is like gloomy. He doesn't see straight. He almost knocked into you. He thought you were part of the movie. He's knocking with the head. Yo, what's going on? Yo, reality. Wake up. And finally he wakes up. 4 hours just in the bathroom. The guy goes 3 times to the bathroom. It's half a day. If he lived 100 years, 50 years he was in the bathroom. 50 years. It's worth living? 50 years to be in the bathroom? But that's our lives. How much time in our life do we actually use for good? If a person doesn't work on that, you cannot have closure by a date. No, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. When you go on a date, no phones, nothing. Leave it in the car. Leave it in the car. Don't bring it with you to the hotel. Don't bring it with you. Don't bring it with you. 1 second, go to the bathroom, this, that. Before you know it, the G already left. She left it with the bill. She walked out on you. How long? You guys okay? You cannot move on. Closure comes with maturity. You have to realize that. You have to be willing to be mature. You have to be willing to be committed, to be honest, not to be jealous. A guy, in the Baba Shali says this, a guy who's married, you guys are not married, but I'm telling you this now. Hashem, when you get married this year, Bill Bait Neyman is year with Hashem. A guy who's married and looks at other women, he's a stealer. Stealer. Now he's a ganav. He's cheating on his wife. Just by looking. Why? Because the Kadosh Baruch Hu gave each and every single one of us. What did he give us? A desire. A desire. Amount of a desire that we have towards woman. And all that should be navigated to who? To your wife. If you look at 10 women today, what happens? What does you have? What do you have? How much desire you have towards your wife? A little bit. A little bit. A smart woman could really know if her husband looked at woman today or he didn't. If your wife was the first woman you looked today, she'll feel all the love. But if you're on Instagram and J-swipe the whole day, she's another one. So how do you look at another one? It's okay. It's okay. Oh, she's your wife. You go on a date. Double dating. 3 to 6 o'clock, he's dating Rachel. 7 to 11 o'clock, he's dating Jacqueline. What's going on? He's so sweet, this, that, whatever. Dating, this, dating. What's going on? How could you be honest with yourself? You can't double date. Imagine if you heard she also on a double date. What would you do? You would kiss her, right? You're not for me. I don't know. You're not for me. So why is it fair if you're doing it? I'm a guy. It's different, right? I'm a guy. Not different. It's the same thing. The same thing. When you watch your eyes, you'll appreciate your wife a lot more. When you watch your eyes, especially these days, your beat will be shamud. Nothing comes out if nothing went in through here. It's a cloud. Guy told me, Shmirat Abrit and Shmirat Ainayim. I told him it's Hainuach. Same thing. You watch your eyes, nothing will come out from the Brit. Nothing. You can only take out what came in. If it didn't come in, you don't have to worry, right? You can only lose in the stocks. You put in money. If you didn't put money, it go up and go down. It's a nice video. That's it. You're not losing nothing. You're not gaining, but you're not losing. You're safe, right? You put in. Oh, that's the whole game. Goes up and go down. That's your mood. The stock market's up. Ooh, the guy's loud. He's happy. This. It's happening. Even though it's all a hype. It's not yours till you pull out. But that's how it is. It's all fake. It's all a game. It's all a myth. It's a hype. That's what it is. Without the shame, when a person takes these thoughts into closure for a date, a lot of success. Not just dating. It doesn't have to be the dating. It could be every day-to-day life. Every day. In business, or whatever you're doing. These are the key to success. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. A person who has no kin'ah is a person that has success. Is a person who's healthy. Is a person with emunah. You're connected to Hashem. I'm going to end off with Ma'aseh Shaya. There was a person who had in Machane Yehuda, he had a little store. He would sell Gareinim, seeds, pumpkin seeds, watermelon seeds, sunflower seeds, all types of seeds. Tavlinim, spices. Every other store, the Machane Yehuda is another pitzuchiyah. This guy, every month, struggling. He's not making it. He's barely making it. You know, he's not making what he really wanted. Okay. Right across from him is a guy, Netanel. The guy is making bank. Bank! Every week, from Sunday to Friday, the place is jam-packed. 1 week, this guy had it. He says, I'm going to make an experiment. He couldn't understand. We're both selling the same exact thing. Same company, same tavlinim, same pitzuchim, same seeds, same spice, everything the same. How can it be I'm not making money and he's making bank? How can it be? He went, told his worker, you stay over here. I have to go out. You know, something's telling him, I have to go. I have to find out. He goes, and he says, what am I going to do? Here's the store. I'm going to stand over here. On the left side. My left, your right. Left side. Every guy that comes out of the store, what does he do? Psh, 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 psh. They turn to him. He says, come. Can I ask you a question? Not too loud. I don't want the other guy to hear. I'm going to ask you a question. Why do you buy from this guy? I sell the same exact thing. Why do you go to him? He says, I don't know. I like the guy. So what do you like the guy? I don't know. He says, okay, next. Another guy comes out. He comes. Says, can I ask you a favor? You know, I also exist over here for 5-10 years. I sell the same exact Gareinim. Why do you go to him? Why do you come to me? He says, I don't know. He says, the second guy, each one dumb and dumber. What's going on over here? He calls another guy. He asks him. Nobody knows. 5 guys in a row, each one. Who's the 6th guy that comes out? The owner. He comes out. He's like, The other guy right away. Come over. Come over. David, what's going on? He says, what happened? He says, listen, what's going on over here? I see 5 of my clients, they make a right, all of a sudden, they make a left. There gotta be something over here. This never happens. I've been in the shuk for a couple of years already. This doesn't happen. You probably asked them something, right? So what did you ask them? He says, nah, I was looking for directions. I wanted to know. So, directions. Come. Be honest. Tanel, what do you want to know? He says, I'll tell you the truth. We both sell the same thing. I asked them, why do they come to you? I didn't come to me. Maybe there's a secret over there that I can learn, and I'll try to do it. He says, there is a secret. You know what's the secret? I'll tell you. My father told me the secret. He says, next time you have a client that comes into your store, you know what you do? After he fills up, you put the price in, you open it up, you put a couple more seeds, a little bit more, and you close it up. You tell him, have a good day with a smile, have a good day. So that's the secret. He says, that's it. You do that, your store will be jam-packed. He says, okay. Thank you very much. A hug and a kiss. Yallah, fadam. The guy goes, the first day on the job, no technique. The guy comes in, he fills it up, whatever. He puts a price tag, 20 shekels. He says, hey, chakeh, blah, 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 blah. He opens it back, he puts another one. Wow, the guy's so happy. He made his day. He called all of his friends. When you go to the shuk, what about guy name? Go to this guy. He got an advertisement. Everybody came. The place was jam-packed. He made tons of money. Jam-packed. He had to hire more workers. After a week, he says, wow, I'm making so much money, so much aslacha. Maybe I could give a tip to the guy next door. Maybe he needs a tip. I've had to make money. What did he think? He thought that the other guy lost his clients. Everybody's coming to him. He went to the other guy. He saw that's even greater. Even greater. 100 people used to come. Now 300 people are coming. And by him, at 20 people used to come, 200 people are coming. Each one was making bank. The guy calls his rabbi. Says, Rabbi, what's going on? How do you explain this? He says, listen. You have emunah? If you have emunah, there's no questions. Whatever is yours is yours. Whatever his is his. You cannot take $1 from him, and he cannot take a seed from you, a penny from you, nothing. What's yours in Shamayim is yours. Whatever is his, he said, you just gotta do the best. You do loot, everything else will come. That's it. If you do that, you'll be Gucci. But if you're always worrying and skeptic and this and that, you're always asking a million questions, you're never gonna matzliach. You just gotta go and jump into life. Into business, into marriage. Jump into it already. Yeah, go on a date. No, I gotta save money, gotta work, gotta this, gotta that. Yallah. There's months that I don't have money in my bank to pay rent. When I get to the end of the month, Hashem works out. That's how it is. I didn't have $1 going into marriage. No $1, nothing. People are building. I gotta go to college to get a good job. I have to have 100K in my bank account after the marriage. So, and then when they have a baby, 5 years later, wait, we gotta travel the world together. If I have a baby, we can't travel. My wife is pregnant, she's sick, doesn't feel well, this, that. And after everything, you know how many guys I know in my family, Tanel, listen to this. I'm gonna end up with this. My aunt in Israel, okay? Let's say She has, I think 11 kids. I think 11 kids, just like my family. Blah, 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 11 kids. Maybe 10 she has. Okay, whatever. Point is, when I was in Israel, like, I thought about almost 4 years ago. One Shabbat I was there. She had 6 married. 3 of them were in Kolel. 3 of them were working. She had 2 Chatanim, the 2 daughters that married. Chatanim, they were in Kolel. And one, what's it called? And one Kala, Batsim. She had three siblings, 3 of her kids that are married are working, and 3 of her kids that are married are in Kolel, or their husbands are in Kolel. Okay? Listen to this. We're sitting on a Shabbat table, and it's the funniest thing ever. The 3 guys that are working, they make more money, right? They're all renting. And the 3 guys that are in Kolel, they all own houses. How does it make any sense? I know what's the funniest part? When they look at each other, each one wants to eat the other one up. You make 2,000 shekels. I make 20,000 shekels. How do you explain it that you have a house and I'm eating myself up every single day? I don't have a house. I'm still paying rent. Same age, same everything. And the ones that are in Kolel have more kids, bichlal. More kids. And they have a house and they still have a house. You know what the answer is? It's not the money. Money is never the answer. Money is not the answer. Money is the question. Money is the question. You know what the answer is? One has emunah, one has less emunah. One has Hashem 100%. One has Hashem 20%. David HaMelech writes down in Tehillim, Hashem tzilicha ayminecha. Hashem is like your shadow. When you walk outside now, right? You're going to see a shadow, right? Wherever you go, that's where it goes. Whatever you show, that's what it shows. You put on the hood, the shadow has a hood. Huh? You put on tefillin, the shadow has tefillin. If you put in the shadow Hashem, Hashem is with you. You put emunah into the shadow, Hashem is emunah into you. A person who talks to Hashem is real. He talks to Hashem like he talks to his friend. He talks to his father. It's real. It's so real. Hashem, I love you. Thank you so much. Hashem, wow, amazing. I had a great day today. Baruch Hashem. Thank you. Push start. Thank you, Hashem. You open the car. Thank you, Hashem. You have heat in the car. Thank you, Hashem. Imagine you're driving in the car and it's brick. It's cold. Or it takes you a half hour to the heat works. Huh? Some people have a car. It's old. It's old car. They don't have heating a wheel or heating a steering wheel. Huh? They have to wear gloves in the car. See the guy with a scarf? He's wrapping his scarf around his ears, around his head. He looks like an Arab. He can only see like this in the car. He has a pillow in the back. He has a blanket. You put it back, he has a bed. All in the car. What's he going to do? It's an old car. You say thank you. Everything you have, say thank you. Your life, say thank you. Your eyes work, say thank you. Say thank you on everything. A guy who says thank you, Hashem will thank him. Hashem will give him what to think about. And end off really with this point. Because we spoke about Shidduchim, so we started off. A guy who thanks Hashem for everything that he has, Hashem says, let's say you were supposed to get married in a year from now. Let's say your zivug was supposed to come in 2 months from now. If you thank me, I'm going to give you what to thank me for. And he's going to be mizarez everything. Which that means A person can get married earlier. A person can get his atzlacha earlier. Hashem can make everything happen much earlier. Just you have to be the cause. That's it. If you're serious, it will come. It's all up to you. It's all up to every single one of us. At Hashem, this chizuk. That Tzmot Yosef should be in our lives every single day. It should be with Emo. It should be with him. The same concept. With the same intent. Munay in Hashem. At Hashem, we take it to our daily lives. And at Hashem, you all find your zivug this year. But about Iman B'Yisrael. Be a role model for the next generation, for your kids, B'Zat Hashem. Connect to Hashem. Have the clarity in Him. It should be so clear to you as if you're talking to your friend. Right? You talk to Netanel, Ben. You talk to Netanel, the same way you see him, you see Hashem. That's the biggest bracha that a person could have. You should feel Hashem in his life. And the more you learn Torah, the more you feel Hashem. These Divrei Torah should be Leilun Nishmat, my grandmother. Yenabat Alicia. Today is her yard site. I didn't say it earlier, so I'm going to say it now. She was a woman, just a couple of words upon her. She was a woman that never complained. Never complained. I didn't know her that well. From what my mother says, from the family, she was a woman that went through a lot of pain. A lot of pain, a lot of agony. She didn't complain. She took everything b'ahava. People scream at her, made fun of her, put her down. That was one great midah she had. Another great midah was every day, she would cook from A to Z, everything. And she would make a meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, gourmet meal. As if she works for the president. She'd make everything. You just tell her you're coming, ooh, 20 salads, this, that. Safta, relax. Who's coming over? Only one guy. Yeah. As if a whole family's coming over. She was very large. Everything was fresh. Everything was fresh. And if she liked something, she made it. She made it from her heart. And she was easygoing. And she cared about everybody. She was very, very... My mother tells me she didn't have money. She didn't have money for both her father and her mother's kavura. She didn't have money. But she wanted to help. We're not rich. We might be rich in other ways, but we're not rich financially. And she tried to make things work. My mother has a lot of willpower. Anyone who knows her, a lot of willpower. And she made a couple phone calls. She got a flight for free. Within minutes, a guy called her up, tells her, listen, I heard you need a kavura. I'm willing to pay the whole kavura. Whatever it is. The cemetery, this, the coffin, whatever it is, I'm willing to pay. She says, wow, you're so generous, this, that, whatever. She's like, don't worry. Just thank you, everything. The guy paid off everything. She wanted to know who the guy is. Tell him thank you, to call him up, to buy him something, this, that. She couldn't find him. Nothing. I told maybe Eliyahu Navi called you up, I don't know. But whether it was Eliyahu Navi or was Eliyahu Mizrahi, doesn't make a difference. The point is, at the end of the day, she went and did something for who? For her mother. Her father. Kivud Avayim. Hashem sees your intentions. You got no money. You got no gas in the car. No gas in the tank. No money in the bank. The car's driving. You could buy anything. It's a black Amex. You could swipe. Nobody asks any questions. That's how it is. But when do you see it? When you're the same person. How did she spend? She didn't think about anybody. You did this, that, you ate it. No. She went all out. Hashem also went all out on her. That's how it is. The way you give, that's the way Hashem gives. At Hashem, these words should be. The mother tells me, By her levaya, it was packed. My mother said she didn't even know these people, where they come from. People came. To a good person, people come. The Gemara says in Sanhedrin, you want to know who a person is? Go to his levaya. Look what people say about him. When people come to his levaya, or when people say good things about him, then you know in Shamayim he's a good person. Hat Hashem, all this Divrei Torah, it's good of you guys coming and making Shiur, should be L'ilui Nishmata, Ten Shvat Matzam Torah Chaim, with Hashem. All those that I want to pray for them, no one to learn from them. Shiur should be also L'ilui Nishmatam. All those that need Fuah Shlema, all those that need Yeshua, all those that need Zivug with Hashem this year, or any Yeshua, whether it's a business, Parnasah, whether it's peace of mind, tranquility, whether it's Yeshua Dat, able to think straight, whether it's to be happy, the clarity in Hashem. At Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu should give all these to anyone that needs at Hashem this year. And by Hashem, by you guys, you find your zivug this year with the Beit Ne'eman Israel. Be a dukma for Am Yisrael. Keep striving, keep growing. That's who we really are at Hashem.
So let's